Stop for a second and really feel this. The energy around you right now is not normal. It's intense, alive, almost electric. You didn't just randomly come across this message. There is something unfolding behind the scenes, and it's connected to you. Your presence lately feels like fire, not the kind that flickers and fades, but the kind that spreads, glows, and demands attention. And there is someone standing close to that flame, trying to feel its warmth while pretending they're not afraid of getting burned. This person is not casually thinking about you. They are locked in. Their focus on you goes far beyond simple attraction. While you've been living your life, building yourself up, focusing on your growth, and stepping into your power, they've been quietly observing. They've looked back at old memories. They've replayed conversations. They've scrolled through things you posted years ago just to catch a glimpse of who you were before and who you've become now. They're trying to understand you on a deeper level, even if they would never admit that out loud. They pay attention to the smallest details. Who interacts with you? Who shows interest? Who might be getting close? It bothers them more than they'd ever reveal. And what makes this situation almost ironic is that on the outside, they appear calm and composed. In public, they carry themselves with confidence. They act strong, steady, even dominant. But internally, it's chaos. You shake something inside them that they cannot control. They might say they don't believe in deep soul connections. They might act logical, detached, even indifferent. But privately, they are questioning why your energy still lingers in their life. Why your name still echoes in their thoughts at random moments. Why they can't replace the feeling you created, no matter how many distractions they surround themselves with. They may try to fight it, ignore it, or bury it under pride, but the connection keeps resurfacing. The more they attempt to distance themselves emotionally, the more pulled in they feel. It's like being caught in something they didn't expect. They're not used to this kind of vulnerability. They are used to being in control, the one who leads, the one who provides, the one who feels steady and certain. They are comfortable when they hold the power. But with you, that balance shifts. Your energy is quiet yet powerful. You don't demand attention, you attract it. You don't chase. You simply exist in your own strength. There is something about the way you carry yourself, grounded, independent, self-aware, that makes them feel like they are standing in front of something rare. And that realization unsettles them. Around others, they feel admired and secure. But around you, they feel exposed. You reach parts of them that no one else does. You awaken emotions they can't easily label. The place you once occupied in their life still feels untouched. It hasn't been replaced. It hasn't been filled. It remains open, almost waiting. This is not just physical desire. Yes, the attraction is there, and it's strong. But beneath that surface is something deeper, fear. Fear of losing you permanently. Fear that if they wait too long, you will fully move on. Fear that you will step into a life where they no longer have access to you at all. When they look at you, they don't just see beauty. They see someone sovereign, someone whole, someone who does not need validation or approval. You stand in your own power, and that independence both fascinates and intimidates them. They realize you are not someone they can casually come back to whenever it suits them. You are not an option. You are a choice, and you expect to be treated as one. That's why they hesitate. Not because the feelings aren't real, but because they are real. Real feelings require real courage. And courage means stepping out of control and into vulnerability. The intensity you feel is not imagined. There is someone wrestling with their emotions because of you. Someone trying to appear unaffected while secretly being deeply moved. Someone who knows that what you shared was not ordinary. You are not a passing phase in their story. You are the chapter they keep rereading in their mind. The presence that lingers when everything else gets quiet. The energy they compare others to without even realizing it. And whether they are ready to admit it or not, you have left a mark that cannot simply be erased. You don't even realize how powerful your presence is. But they feel it the moment you enter a space. There is something about you that doesn't need validation, doesn't need noise, doesn't need attention to prove itself. You simply exist, and that existence alone shifts the atmosphere. It's like you carry an old strength within you, a wisdom that feels inherited, almost ancestral. Your energy feels layered, deep, intentional. And for someone who has been living mostly through ego, through pride, through surface level control, that kind of depth is overwhelming. They are intimidated by you, not because you are harsh, not because you try to dominate, but because you are aware. You see things. You read between the lines. You notice subtle changes in tone, in behavior, in energy. And they know this. They know you can sense when they're pretending. They know you can detect insecurity behind confidence. That awareness makes them feel exposed. It makes them feel like they can't hide behind their usual mask. You carry yourself like someone sovereign, someone who doesn't beg for attention and doesn't chase approval. There's a quiet authority in you, a calm confidence. It's almost celebrity-like in the way people naturally gravitate toward you. But what unsettles them is not the attention you receive, it's the standard you represent. When they think about approaching you, they feel like they would need to be perfect. Perfect words, perfect timing, perfect version of themselves. And deep down, they don't feel ready. That's where the insecurity begins. They feel small next to you, and that's difficult for their ego to accept. Your clarity highlights their confusion. Your emotional maturity highlights their emotional wounds. Your stability highlights their inner chaos. You don't do anything intentionally to make them feel this way, but your energy reflects their unfinished parts back to them. And instead of leaning into growth, sometimes they pull away because it feels safer to distance themselves than to risk feeling inadequate. But distance does not quiet their emotions. It actually intensifies them. Jealousy grows quietly inside them. And not just a little jealousy, it's intense. You might think they've never shown it. Exactly. They don't show it because showing jealousy would mean admitting vulnerability. It would mean admitting that you matter deeply to them. And they guard their pride carefully. So they act unaffected, detached, sometimes even cold. But underneath that exterior, there's a storm. The moment they see you interacting with someone else, laughing freely, being witty, giving your attention, something inside them reacts. It doesn't matter if it's a friend, a coworker, or a harmless conversation. To them, it feels personal. It feels like something that belongs to them is slipping away. And the strange part is, they haven't even claimed you. They haven't openly expressed what they feel. Yet, emotionally, they already feel connected to you in a possessive way. It's almost primal. They become territorial without realizing it, like someone guarding a prize they haven't earned yet. They haven't stepped forward boldly. They haven't made their intentions clear. But inside, they feel like a part of you already belongs to them. So when your energy is shared with someone else, it triggers them deeply. Their rational thinking starts to blur. They overthink. They imagine scenarios. They feel threatened even when there is no real threat. This is the contradiction that consumes them. The same energy that makes them want to retreat from you because they feel intimidated is the same energy that makes them obsess over you. When they pull away, they think it will give them control. But the moment they see someone else close to you, the control disappears again. The jealousy flares up. The desire intensifies. The need to hold on to you becomes stronger. And here's what they would never say out loud. They feel completely captivated by you, almost enchanted. Not because you are trying to manipulate them, but because your charisma feels natural and effortless. They don't understand why your voice stays in their head. They don't understand why they replay conversations. They don't understand why seeing you happy with someone else unsettles them so much. It feels like they are under a spell, but it's simply the depth of the connection affecting them. The emotions inside them are layered. It's not just jealousy. It's admiration. It's desire. It's fear of losing you before even having you. It's insecurity about whether they are enough for you. It's pride battling vulnerability. All of it is tangled together. And because they don't want to appear weak, they suppress it. They hide it behind distance, silence, or indifference. But suppression doesn't erase feeling. It only buries it deeper. So if you've sensed that they are both drawn to you and slightly afraid of you at the same time, that intuition is accurate. If you've noticed moments where they seem distant but then suddenly reactive when someone else gets close, that's not random. It's jealousy mixed with fear. It's ego mixed with genuine emotion. They're not as unaffected as they pretend to be. In fact, they are struggling internally more than you realize. Your presence challenges them. Your independence unsettles them. Your ability to stand confidently on your own makes them crave you even more, because you're not someone who can be easily controlled or taken for granted. And the hardest truth for them is this: they are not in control of how deeply they feel for you. That loss of control, especially in front of someone as perceptive and powerful as you, is what truly terrifies them. This is not something that can be uprooted easily. Whatever is growing here has taken root deep inside their heart. You may not see it fully yet, but they feel it strongly. There is a fire in them that refuses to calm down when it comes to you. This is not a surface level attraction. This is something that has settled into their soul. They are searching for answers. When their feelings became too intense to ignore, they didn't run from them. Instead, they started looking for guidance. They may be watching spiritual content, relationship advice, or collective messages, hoping to find clarity about what this connection means. They want to understand you. They want to know what you are thinking, what you are planning, and where this could go. It's almost like they are trying to find a map to your heart because they don't want to get lost on the way to you. And their thoughts about you are not simple. They are not just imagining holding hands in public or going on casual dates. Their fantasies are deep, cinematic, emotional, and intense. They imagine being alone with you, without distractions, without masks. They want to feel your energy closely. They want to see the side of you that you keep hidden from the world. In front of others, you appear strong, composed, even untouchable. But they are curious about the softness underneath that strength. They want to be the one person you feel safe enough to open up to. There is a strong physical attraction here, yes, but it goes beyond that. They think about the way you smell, the way your hair might feel between their fingers, the sound of your voice when you are tired and relaxed. These small details live in their imagination like memories. But more than desire, there is something protective and serious in their energy. They want to provide for you. They want to build something lasting. They want to create a life with you, not just share moments. This connection feels ancient to them. It doesn't feel like something that just started. It feels familiar, like a continuation of a story that began long ago. The intensity is too strong to feel new. Even if you are still questioning what this is, they are not. Something inside them recognizes you. It feels like destiny rather than coincidence. They believe this connection is meant to happen. Not in a casual way, but in a powerful, undeniable way. It feels to them as if there is already a path laid out, and they are simply following it step by step. They feel guided toward you, as if the universe itself is pushing them closer. Every lesson from their past, every heartbreak, every delay now feels like preparation for you. There is also a strong fear of losing you. It's almost as if they feel they have lost you before, whether in other lifetimes or in missed chances. And they're determined not to let that happen again. Especially now. They feel urgency. They feel that this moment matters. So instead of rushing in carelessly, they are planning, thinking, preparing. They want to show up properly, not half ready, not unsure. They want to come toward you with stability, security, and proof that they are serious. Metaphorically, they want to arrive with something solid in their hands, something that shows they can provide and protect. They want to heal the wounds left by immature connections from your past. They are not approaching you as someone playful or careless. This is mature energy, intentional, focused, and this is not one-sided. There is a mutual pull between you both, a magnetic thread that keeps drawing you back to each other. They are imagining a future with you, a shared home, a shared name, a shared purpose. Marriage energy is strong in their thoughts. In their eyes, this is not optional. It is something that must happen. Deep inside, they are preparing to offer something serious. For some, this could mean a literal engagement. For others, it could begin as a partnership, a project, or a shared vision that slowly turns into something powerful and lasting. But whatever form it takes, it is not casual. This is long-term energy. This is legacy energy. They already see you standing beside them in their future. And while you may still be wondering what this connection truly is, they are quietly building the courage and the stability to step forward in a way that changes everything. They don't just like you. They want to completely reshape your world. This is not light attraction. This is not someone casually admiring your photos or thinking you're cute. This is someone who feels something powerful when it comes to you. They want to step into your life in a serious way. They want to provide, protect, and make sure you never feel unsupported again. They want to be the reason you don't stress about bills, the reason you don't question your security, the reason you feel safe, cherished, and taken care of. There is a strong provider energy surrounding this person, a desire to build something solid, a desire to give you comfort, a desire to claim something real and long term. But here's what you need to understand: they didn't move before because they couldn't, not because they didn't care, not because they weren't serious. They had to wait because you were still evolving. You were shedding an old skin. You were letting go of past pain, old habits, outdated beliefs about love. You were growing into your power. And until you stepped into that higher version of yourself, this connection couldn't fully activate. In powerful connections like this, one person often awakens first. One realizes the depth before the other. The one who awakens first feels everything intensely. They feel the pull. They understand the purpose. They sense the destiny behind it. And if the other person isn't fully aware yet, it can create imbalance. One chases. One runs. One feels ready. The other feels overwhelmed. It turns into confusion, emotional tension, timing that feels off, even when the bond is strong. That may have been what happened between you. That something has changed. You're not who you were before. You've healed. You've reflected. You've grown emotionally stronger. You're no longer willing to accept bare minimum treatment. You're no longer desperate to be chosen. You understand your worth now. You carry yourself differently. You think differently. You respond differently. You are stepping fully into your queen energy, calm, grounded, powerful. And you had to reach this level before someone equally strong could approach you correctly. You had to sit on your throne before someone could be allowed into your throne room. Now the energy feels charged. Communication feels very close. There's a buildup happening behind the scenes. This person has been holding back a lot, suppressing emotions, watching from a distance, thinking about you more than you know. And the pressure inside them is rising. The silence is becoming heavy. The urge to reach out is getting stronger. When they do reach out, it won't be casual. It won't be small talk. It will feel intense, honest, emotional, almost like a confession they've been rehearsing in their head. There may be jealousy they admit. There may be obsession they try to downplay. There may be vulnerability you've never seen from them before. They are not just attracted to you, they feel guided toward you. You represent something rare to them. You represent direction, stability, light. They may appear strong on the outside, but internally they have felt lost. And you have been like a north star for them, something steady in the distance that they keep looking at. And now, alignment feels here. You may already sense the shift. Their energy feels closer. The tension feels different. The silence feels like it's about to break. When alignment finally happens, it doesn't feel forced. It feels natural, like everything behind the scenes finally clicked into place. But here is the key: you don't chase anymore. You don't beg for attention. You don't over-explain yourself. You don't lower your standards just to keep someone around. You stand firm in your power. You command respect without demanding it. You radiate confidence without arrogance. And that is exactly why they feel so magnetically drawn to you right now. Your detachment awakened them. Your growth activated them. Your silence made them reflect. They don't want to admire you from afar anymore. They want to step forward. They want to prove themselves. They want to conquer the fear that once held them back. They want to claim what feels destined. This is not a simple crush. This is not someone playing games. This is someone who understands that losing you would mean losing something significant. Someone who feels the weight of this connection deeply. And the more you remain grounded, calm, and sovereign, the more naturally this comes toward you. You are no longer waiting to be chosen. You're the one being pursued, the one being realized, the one being valued. Trust the shift you feel, because when this person finally speaks, it won't be small. It will be direct. It will be intentional. It will carry emotion that has been building for a long time. Something powerful is unfolding between you. And this time, it feels aligned. Stay confident. Stay centered. Stay in your power. This connection isn't fading. It's stepping into its next chapter.